Hi, I'm Chris.
I'm
This is
Steve.
Steve, and that's Aaron. This is Homestead Tech Talk, and today we are putting up a 4 foot by 4 foot, 6 foot tall buddy stand blind. We've got pieces back there. We've got the bolts laid out, step 1 through 16. This came off Amazon. There'll be a link in the show description. It's from Sportsman's Guide. You can get it there too. But it's guide gear. It's got great reviews. It's $319. We've got it up here on this ridge. Um, as you'll see right now, I'll show you various points this ridge where we're going to be. Right here, we've cleared out a spot
On that knoll,
up on that knoll. That's where the stand's going to go.
off the trail. This actually the camera's almost setting where the trail where they walk.
The camera's pretty well setting, yeah, right in the trail where the deer come up. So what we're going to do is we're going to assemble this thing. We'll go over any key points to assembling it that you might need to know. The rest of it will be time lapsed, and then we'll give an in-depth review of this stand. We'll give you some looks from inside and out, and we'll see how it is. See if it's worth $319. Without further ado, get cracking. All right, so we got the main body of the stand done up there and getting some ranges with the IR scope. You should see that here now. And then we're gonna get the top and the blind on, all the railing, all the safe stuff, you know. And we're gonna time lapse that now. This thing was kind of a pain in the ass to install in a couple spots, and we'll talk about that once it's all together. This blind is a standard ground blind, and it happens to Velcro to the bottom. We've tied it to the stand. The stand is staked down. Shouldn't go anywhere. Guys, look at this. This is gonna be the greatest thing since canned beer. Steve's heading down to the trailhead to see what it looks like from there. Why don't we go take a look inside this blind real quick? So this is the inside of our blind. We've got these two stakes. I'm not really sure what they go to. I'm not sure if this is like for the ground blind function or how this works, but they go up here somewhere. Who knows? I don't see any spot for them. Little ties. This locks in right there. You can zip it. Ooh, it's so tight. There we go. You can't really see through it as well as I can. It's better out of the corner, with natural eyes. But you see right there, that's Steve walking, and I can see him playing his day through this thing. See him? These windows unclip right here. Now we're shooting. There's Steve. So this thing is all right. Got 2 windows per side other than this side. The only bad thing is, and to be honest, we could leave the door unzipped if we needed to see out this way. We shouldn't have any deer coming directly up through here. There. See out there, there's AA Ron. What's up?
Peace.
Here's what she looks like from the outside. Okay, so it is now, we started on this thing at about noon. It took us
3 hours.
Well, we started packing stuff up here at 8 a.m. We had everything packed up here by noon. And it is now 2:52, and we just now got this thing done. So, not bad. Whole day, but we had to pack it. Yeah, we had to pack it
Uphill.
like uphill a mile into the woods up to this, where we're at. As you can see, it looks pretty good. I'll get some videos of it back there, but Steve couldn't see me when we were in it, right?
Nope, couldn't see him.
Okay, so that's good. Now, what do you guys think is good about this?
Are you asking me?
Yeah, ask me guys.
It's not real high, so it's easy to get into.
Sure.
It's very stable, and we got great visibility.
Yeah,
We really did.
that is true. What's not good about it?
The paint's ass.
The paint is ass.
It was scuffed up.
When it was
Where the brackets bolt together on the legs, it looks a little iffy.
iffy, a little iffy.
You never plan on taking this down, weld it.
Let's take a look at it. Let's get a little closer. Let's take a look to it. At it. Let's take a look at what we like and don't like. As you can see, the paint is scuffed. I'm gonna have to come back through and paint this while they cut a path down for us. The paint is complete ass on this thing. It came from it was delivered to my house with paint missing on it. See, it's bubbling up. That's the bad thing.
Another bad thing is here.
I've tightened the piss out of those and it's still loose.
You can see the metal's actually bending in under
Yeah.
the force. So, if you don't plan on ever removing this, I'd weld that.
It might be on our list of things to do. There we go. A little bit loose there. A little bit loose on that other one.
It doesn't have great tolerance. The pieces, the holes are punched out instead of milled. So you have to really squeeze and pull and beat and bang to get bolts to go through, especially for us on these bottom pieces.
Yep.
The parts were almost completely out of tolerance.
No, those are about the worst things about it. I'm gonna shoot with a little bit of spray paint before we leave. They're gonna start cutting stuff down. We're gonna get out of the woods, and I'll show you guys what this looks like. You know, you'll see what it looks like from the trail mouth and all that good stuff too.
And I'm sure you'll post any videos of deer you blast out of it. So
Yeah.
oh yeah.
So we've got a range. That's what it looks like. It does silhouette a little bit. Not too bad. I don't think deer would mind it.
No, they're not going. They're not. I mean, they don't mind my stand, so.
Yeah. So bam, that's it. Yeah, I would change the bracket for those back legs. I'd put a stiffer bracket and really crank them bitches down. Other than that, it looks pretty good. And yeah, buy some spray paint when you buy this. You're gonna need it.
Fern briar. That's unrelated to this.
1 out of 5 stars. What would you give it, Aaron?
Well, until we've actually hunted out of it, I'd give it 3. The
Okay.
assembly's a pain.
3.5.
3.5.
Instructions weren't great.
The instructions were ass.
Your direction of your brackets matter, and from the instructions you can't tell. So we actually put 2 brackets on flipped, and we actually took time to like really go, okay, these matter, and we still got them backwards. And then once we got enough of it on to say, oh, okay, we got to switch them.
And
Yeah.
the instructions are unclear on what needs bolts and what doesn't. Like Steven was saying, orientation matters. The instructions do not clarify orientation, and they also don't tell you what needs bolts and what doesn't. The good thing is the packages with the bolts are very clearly labeled.
That is good.
You're
Yep.
not guessing which step. They're literally labeled in the instructions.
Step 1 to 16.
And the bags are labeled step 1 through 16. So that's a good thing. But on the flip side, stuff like orientation matters. And it took us, 3-5 minutes to go, well, does this bolt go in or out for every single one?
Yeah.
The instructions suck ass.
With that, we're gonna get out of here. We're gonna start cutting these little bitty trees down like Steve is, and I'll see you back at the office for a wrap-up overview of this thing. Okay, we're back at the office, and I'm on the road right now. So I'm gonna give you a brief overview of this 6-foot-tall buddy stand. The paint sucked. The assembly kind of sucked, and some of the legs were a little bit wobbly. Those are the bad things. The good things is that I've hunted out of this thing. Steve's hunted out of it. We've hunted out of it together. You cannot see us in it at all. We have a little bit more freedom of movement. It blocks some of the wind when we hunt, which is super nice. And also, I think we could get away with putting a heater in there. We got a couple little step stools from Amazon on there. I'll put a link down here in the description for those as well. You don't want to put big chairs in there. A couple little stools sitting down. You're going to want some ass pads. And then there's enough room for both of us to crossbow hunt out of it with. I'm left-handed. He's right-handed, so it works just fine. And with that, I think that's about it. I would personally give this thing a solid 4 out of 5. Maybe even a 4.5 out of 5. Just because I like hunting out of it way more than running up a climb or up a ladder stand. You got a lot more freedom of movement out of it. And I think that's about it with it. Guys, thanks for watching. If you enjoy this kind of content, please like, subscribe, comment. If you like it, it helps the channel out. If you subscribe, it helps the channel out. And let me know what you think of this video in the comments. I'd love to hear from you guys. Thanks. I'm out. Love y'all.